Doc, so during this pandemic now, we're approaching our next lockdown very soon. What's advice you can give our fellow kababayans on how to keep sane and focused and on objective and not be lost?
That's so true. We've been here for more than a year, and things seems more uncertain more than ever. So if you are feeling distressed because of uncertainties, or you have fear about what's going to happen in the future, it's okay to experience that. Kasi when you suppress it, it's not gonna go away. It might manifest in another time, or you might displace it to another person. So daanan mo lang yung feelings. Kung takot ka, sige, okay lang, be scared. But at the end of the negative thoughts or feelings, hanap ka ng positive emotion. I'm scared, pero what could I be grateful for? I still have family, I'm alive. I have a good set of friends, for example. Or I'm scared of what will happen. Baka mawalan ako ng work. Yung finances ko is a mess. Pero what could I be hopeful for? In that way, your brain will process a negative and positive thinking methods. Kasi pag inclined sa negativity, dire-diretso yan. Unconsciously, you might be thinking already on a negative state. Tapos maapektuhan na yung feelings mo kasi connected yung thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And then negative na rin yung behavior. Either mag-withdraw ka sa tao, or you'll create negative habits as well. So it's more of really be conscious on your thought patterns to begin with. Sometimes we as Filipinos, we care so much with friends and family. Tas last priority ka. Pero in order to give, you need to take care of yourself, and that's not selfish. So really be aware, okay, is this my stressors ba talaga? And then what could I do about it? If it's social media, refrain muna. If you see some statistics on COVID, you're scared. So parang try to limit lang by knowing what your stressors are. Yan.
Today, generation today is different from our generation. I can say we're the same generation.
I hope so.
It's different. I have a 14-year-old brother. I see it's different.
Mm-hmm.
These guys they get information quicker. I may say they're more entitled. Parang they know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like.
Okay.
But it's different. Our generation is very, very different. We're used to being disciplined a different way.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are quote-unquote softer.
Uh-huh.
I'll get bashed by saying that, but yeah, I think they're a little softer. Kumbaga. If you say something negative about them, they take it like you're attacking them, and they're doomed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
But do you think they're less resilient ba? Or mas prone to stress?
They don't have grit as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yung gigil, yung bahala na, tirahin.
Yung parang, kahit ito, parang pag tayo, lalaban ko yan, diba? Yeah. Or I'll think of ways to solve it.
I've had employees, I've had some employees before, young guys that are younger than me, mga 18, 19, that, they have a hard time this week, they'll quit next week.
Mm-hmm.
Alam mo yun? Why is that?
This is Gen Z.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Sabi nila Gen Zs are actually more intelligent. Okay. However, it's the resilience that needs to be.
I think my brother's very smart.
Diba?
He gets information right away because of their mobile phone. Anyways, you were saying.
But however, it's the resilience that needs to be strengthened.
Right.
So I'm not sure if the previous generation were protecting them more. That's why they're not as exposed to maybe how we are reared, no? But it's very important on how you were raised. So yung mga parents dito, also try to parang let them go in a sense and experience things. Because sometimes they might just be confined on certain areas that you could control lang. The environment is controlled. So when that happens, we cannot develop certain social skills or yung grit, no? Or whatever they would need in life.
Especially now, social skills are down because of lockdowns.
The isolation and stuff.
So how do you think that's going to affect everybody, especially kids?
There's a term called children of the pandemic.
Okay.
These are the kids right now that after the COVID-19, if everyone's okay now, we return back to society, we would still experience a lot of mental health issues with this generation. Because there are trust issues, there's isolation you need to deal with. So, umpisa pa lang ito. So, what you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. So, all the more that we need to develop resilience, we need to develop awareness on our mental health. Kasi marami pang after effects itong pandemic.
What do you think these after effects will be?
Social anxiety, for one. It's very unusual for a Filipino to develop social anxiety, but going back to communities, for example, after this is all over, would be a challenge for the children of the pandemic.
What does this mean? Socializing, interacting with people, face-to-face interaction.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a problem there.
There might be a challenge because you grew up certain number of years inside the house. So when I go back to school, when these are all over, how will I reconnect? So we're foreseeing issues on relationships. How am I going to be affectionate? Those are all restricted because of the pandemic. And it's not innate anymore. We're teaching them not to be innate. No, this is because you need to social distance. They need to unlearn all of those to be able to go back to society. And that might be challenging. There might be anxiety and depressive issues as well. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting and complicated.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep a balanced lifestyle, Doc? As a professional or as a doctor, how do you advise your clients to have a balanced lifestyle?
Mm-hmm. Wow, balance is such a thing that everyone would want to achieve. And with the implications of the pandemic, how will we find balance amidst this chaos, no? But we just tell our patients, our clients, to really find yourself and what you're comfortable with. So, for example, work from home. You work there, and then that's also your safe place for family and sleeping. It's all jumbled na now. Like, I can't see my house now without thinking about work, for example, and that makes me panic, for example. So you need to departmentalize, be conscious, like, okay, this is just my workspace. Pagdating na dito, it's my Netflix area, or this is where I would spend time with family. You need to create a certain mechanism wherein you need to still direct your life. Kasi minsan, it's all jumbled. Yun.
That's important, no? So going to work over Zoom with your boxers is not good.
Di naman
It's
kita.
still important to dress.
Yes.
It changes.
Put some structure pa din.
Yeah, it still changes the whole feeling of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. But all through these years, you've obviously you know so much. You've developed so much wisdom, experience, and all of that. For if you could give advice to somebody like me, somebody just got married the first year and dreaming and praying for many kids like yourself, what's some advice you could give me and my wife and people like us?
Well, enjoy your time together. Enjoy your time together. I think this time with one another is precious, and whatever you are blessed with, make the most of it. Make the most of it, and take time to really be grateful for every little thing, This is one spiritual practice for business success that I teach. Gratitude, no? As she said, we are faced with so much negativities around us, no? You might even see something in your wife that, ay, ganyan pala siya. But you have to look at, ay, ito pala siya.
The bigger picture.
You have to look at what is good in her. What makes her special, the kindness of the heart, no? Because we are all human. We have our frailties, we have our weaknesses. But as she said, what we focus on will grow. It gets magnified. Let's not focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive. Let's always look for what is beautiful in the hearts and souls of others, especially your wife, which madami.
Madami.
Diba?
Lahat.
Diba?
Lahat. Ako lang yung mali, siya hindi.
Madami. So yun ang advice ko sa inyo.